The following show contains a fictional narrative that includes themes, events, and language that some may find distressing. Discretion is advised.
Welcome to This Line Isn't Secure, the show where everything's made up and the points do matter. I'm Libby. I am your handler, as always, or I hope as always. And we are joining you and you're joining us once again. We're joining each other for a fantastic ride through some Delta Green and specifically some impossible landscapes. This week, we have got yet another stunner of a session packed for you. Before we go on, I do want to take a moment to introduce, or I'll let them introduce themselves, our lovely, lovely cast. So please, do the introduction thing.
Yes, I am Ty. Hello. I play Deputy Marshal Reed Hollis, also known as Agent Millstone.
Hey guys, I'm Charlie. I'm playing Adam Blackburn.
Hey y'all, this is Andy, and I am playing Dr. Alex Shoemaker, an FBI forensic psychiatrist who is going as Agent Merchant and travels as FBI Agent Edmund Chamberlain.
Hello and good evening. I'm Hawk. I'm playing Heather Stoddard, Agent of Delta Green and former NSA programmer, mathematician, and electronics fixer and breaker extraordinaire, going under the code name Agent Miranda.
So, without further ado, let's pass over to our recappiest recapper that's ever capped. Go ahead, Hawk, give us the old recap.
Absolutely. Where the roof of the Mallister should be, there are labyrinthine floors that are inexplicable, wandering, and strange. Within those floors, we encountered about half dozen terrible things, and when we picked up last episode, we were just emerging from the chaos and carnage of our encounter with Michael Whitwer, DEA agent, or as some would call him, Dad. We wandered through the corridors of... Sorry.
God damn it.
Sorry, Ty. I'll hit it.
Dad? I'm leaving it.
Okay, cool. We wandered through the corridors of these forbidden extra floors of the McAllister building, encountering strange behavior from objects. As Miranda led the group at first, using spare wire and twine to try to create a trail or pathway to trace back as they traveled, the others identified that objects were seeming to pop in or weren't noticeable until she interacted with them. There was something strange happening around perception and relative understanding of the space. Latching onto this concept, Millstone pushed past the group and started to almost run down the halls, heading towards something that he believed he would find if he followed his gut. While the rest of MCEL agreed with him and followed. They made their way down long, strange corridors, through doors, around corners, downstairs, and as they did, they passed a strange apparition that brought them to a standstill. Millstone tried to seize onto it, but his hand passed through it, and it simply ignored him as if he didn't matter, wasn't there. The figure was identified by Agent Miranda as Martin Rose, her one-time mentor and victim of suicide. As he came close, they saw his eyes bugging out, his features grow pallid, the marks around his neck where the belt had tightened tighter and tighter, but he laughed, almost danced as he moved past them. Miranda felt like she should follow, but remembering the terrible things the others had seen, forced herself to tear away and keep pressing forward. Lucky thing too, because they found their way further and back, it seemed, to where they had come from. They ran into the arrogant and asshole-ish fellow they'd met before, this time crawling around under a table looking for bottles or lemons or something stupid along those lines. And an old man, the manager of these floors, the night manager, emerged and spoke with us. He was old, seemingly scholarly, a collector of numerous papers, articles, and books. His apartment filled with them to the brim. But the books were strange, and the newspapers pictured places that didn't exist, couldn't exist. He spoke for a long time with the group, answering their questions as best he could, explaining that there were levels, higher floors even, that we could not access, that we were only on the periphery of something, that everything was foretold by something written by an author, a play of some kind, that he was unable or unwilling to say more about. He hinted at terrible truths tied to our lives and to the future that was awaiting us, and he told us further that Abigail Laura Wright was up several floors. She was already in the center of what was happening, part of the party at the center of all of this. Unable to answer us, but reminding us that we needed to leave before the sun grew dark, I believe. He sent us out back in the Mallister, where only chaos awaited. The noise of the downdraft of a helicopter, the sound of a bullhorn, the blaring spotlights from a helicopter and police cars, shouts from the street, illuminated and surrounded us as we saw a figure, androgynous but old, in what looked something like a hospital gown, half in, half out of the window of the Mallister. He spoke briefly, reading from a scrap of paper as he spoke to Millstone. We were right on time. He warned us not to trust someone named Marbus. He told us to follow the child's map and to be sure to find his bottle and give it to him. He was adamant that whoever he was talking about had to write the play. His message delivered, a voice from below calling up that his friends at the Dorchester were waiting for him, he half smiled, whispered to Agent Millstone, and tipped backwards to tumble out of the window, into the cold night air and onto the pavement below. That's how I remember it, at least.
Certainly. I think the only thing that I would add from the DM's angle is that you were told that the sunshine was about to go dark.
Sunshine was about to go dark.
And with that,
That's where we'll pick up this week.
Yeah. Okay.
Good thing that's not ominous.
All right, well.
Very good.
Very good, all good, very good. We open in a situation that not many people have ever experienced. Certainly not as traumatic as watching somebody's final emotions, their final connection with the world. You haven't seen their disconnection, but it's pretty safe to assume that has happened. I think that all of you would be probably pretty shaken up by this experience. You're in that hallway, looking at that empty window now, maybe hearing the gasp of the crowd below if there is one, and so talk to me what your group looks like right now.
Reed just steps back from the window and kind of shakes his hands off as if to get rid of some residue of the moment, or just, clear himself of its influence. He's just like, fuck. Okay. God damn it. Everyone, weapons on the floor. We gotta get down. We gotta get downstairs with our hands up, walk out the door, be cool. I know it's a lot to process, but it's a fucking helicopter. We gotta go.
Yeah, anyone have a story that we're going to share for what we were doing here?
We're contractors for the FBI, and we are investigating a missing persons case.
Yeah, everyone got their creds, everyone got their lanyards on.
Guys, our shit's not gonna hold up under heavy scrutiny. We need to get the fuck out of here.
You know another exit? Aside from that one? Which I'm not going through again.
Doesn't this building have a fire exit?
Nobody wants us to be involved down there. It'll hold. what's not going to hold is if we're caught sneaking out of the building. And there's spotlights. That the helicopter, the people, we get caught sneaking out, then we get heavy scrutiny.
I'm with him. The longer we fuck around in here, the worse it's gonna be.
No, we walk right out. Our story was we were doing the investigation. We were away from this. We didn't hear what was going on. We came out as he jumped. He didn't say anything to us. That made sense.
The story is
right?
we were downstairs in Abigail's room, unless we go down there and there's already someone down there, in which case
we ran up here when we heard the helicopter and the noise. I did it. I'm less professional, whatever. They'll check and see that I used to work for the NSA and don't anymore. So they'll buy that I'm a fuck up or something. We should move. If you're carrying illegal material, stash it in one of the side rooms.
Okay.
Where is the fire exit here?
Yeah, so the window that this person just plummeted from is on the front side, or the street-facing side of the property. That's not where the fire escape is. The fire escape's on the rear of the building in an alley behind the building. So it's the other side, so to speak. If that were the north, it'd be the south that the escape is on.
Okay, and do we know if the helicopter is surveilling over or towards the window?
What do you mean?
I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Okay. No,
my guess is that the helicopter would be facing
not
the building
going
because
back
that's
to
where the
jail.
action was.
so the helicopter was was kind of around the area that this human was. So kind of the window / ground a little bit, it's not an exact science, but certainly wasn't looking inside the building other than, far enough inside to see what this person was going to do. And so now the helicopter, it seems to be that it's moved off the window, the spotlight rather, has moved off the window and is now on the ground right in front of the window. The rear of the building is presumably totally unviewed.
Okay.
All right. Everybody drop your weapons where they're at. Actually, fuck. Is that a bad
carry
idea?
them. We have every reason to carry weapons. We're FBI agents.
Yeah, that's cool. Not me. So, how does he know that he's protected if ever the police stop him? I don't think so, right?
I mean,
all of us have false credentials.
You were contracted by the FBI, and you're the muscle, man. So, presumably you would have been given some, I know you got your bag and shit, but, didn't they give you a sidearm? Wouldn't they have given you a sidearm? You're the guy.
Yeah, I mean, it is as concrete as someone in your situation can be. I mean, you're you're quote unquote a multiple felon, killer of many humans, bad dude that is on a secret mission from an unknown agency that's mostly not sanctioned, but you still have an ankle bracelet on and a sidearm, but you go to jail every night. As far as concrete goes in that situation, you'll be fine. You'll be good.
Again, they don't want to get us involved in this. They're going to take a statement. We came out when we saw the noise. The person jumped. They were saying gibberish. We didn't understand. There's going to be no evidence of foul play. One person talks to him, tells him what was up. We flash the credentials. It'll hold as long as we don't do anything weird.
All right. Well, I mean, every second we stand here talking about it is another second for them to get more curious. So let's go downstairs.
And
Mary, are you coming? You got the fucking 1,000-yard stare, man.
I have to leave.
If they talk to you and your credentials are bad, the program will dig you out of the hole. If they catch you fleeing the scene, they're going to dig deep and the program's going to cut you. If you're good and you know you can get away, fucking fine. But I don't know, man.
Not
it's
fine.
Fucked either way. Honestly.
Not fine. We have been seen by the NYPD entering together. We all leave together. If
I'm just
you
picturing
get
Meridian
caught running,
flashing back to I got fucked last time I took
bad
a
up.
needle.
Yeah, exactly. He knows he can get fucked by anybody at this point.
I mean, I think your allies are just correct. I'm pretty sure that while there's probably a large part of you that is instinctually telling you to go out the back door, I think you would realize your best bet is with your people. If no other reason than you can all corroborate stories together. One more person is a meaningful amount of people when there's 4 of you.
And even
All right,
even if
Miranda,
even if we're selfish, we don't want you thrown. We don't want you busted because you know all of us. We all go together.
He's right. If you run, then all of our credentials are fucked. Not just yours. I can't promise you shit, but I'll tell you this. If the program cuts you out over this, I'll find a way to. Fuck, I can't get you out, but I can fucking make sure that somebody gets hurt for fucking you over, man. I'm not gonna watch that happen. Okay.
All right.
Well, and I would imagine that in this moment, I mean, any sort of words of reassurance are a little bit hollow coming from Merchant, because Merchant is like, knows how the program fucking rolls and has like seen them disappear people. So
I don't think
that's interesting in and of itself.
That is something that's being pieced together. Like, all he knew is he interacted with people and he interviewed them and he never saw them again. But he never saw them before either. But yes, he is piecing together that, like, actually this program could just be disappearing people based on his recommendations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Enough. Downstairs.
Yeah, I'm gonna start. I'm leading the group,
Leading the charge
downstairs.
Okay.
Whether or not they follow me.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You all make your way downstairs. You all, as you walk nearby, I guess everyone's apartment. It'd be Post and Van Fitz's apartments first, being on the floor above ground. Both their doors are closed. You don't see any sign of anything. The doors are closed. The same is true for the apartments on the first floor, which is Karoon and Manuel. Yeah. You do see that there is, as you go down kind of in the lobby, there is a couple of NYPD officers. They've got the door held open and they're looking inside with bright flashlights. So as you come down the stairs, you would definitely be seen by them. Millstone, how do you want to make that contact as you approach their light beams?
Agent Stephen Charles holds up his credentials immediately.
Okay.
So I'm here on a investigation regarding a tenant here. This shit just went down with some unfortunate timing. But if you've got any questions for us,
Lots of shouting.
we'll be outside.
Lots of like, come out now. Just keep your hands up. Walk out. And the rest of you, I assume you follow Millstone's lead. You all break out your credentials and walk out.
Yep, credentials up.
Yeah, credentials up.
Second I
Credentials
drop
in
my
one
lanyard, my
hand,
hands
both
are-
hands up.
Yes, that's right. Okay,
Miranda
yeah.
has a giant fucking duffel bag full of electronic kit, just like bumping at her hip as she moves, just rattling as she walks past people.
Okay. Yeah, you get grabbed by these officers and pulled around the corner out of the doorway. Miranda, all of you kind of get slammed up against either the ground or the wall, and you get handcuffed pretty much immediately. You get very rough frisking. All your weapons are taken from you. You feel your duffel bag the strap gets cut, Miranda, and taken off of you, and you all get tossed into the back of patrol cars. So.
Oh fuck! I just realized I have that note on me.
Yeah.
Oopsie doodle.
That's not great.
The note means nothing. It means nothing to them. You're good.
Because it seems fun and interesting, Reed, you and Alexander get tossed in the back of the same squad, and the same is true for Miranda and Meridian. You're both back in a separate, the back of a different squad. You get tossed back there. Yes.
Are we perp handcuffed or are we like handcuffed in front?
Oh
like,
no, you're perp handcuffed. You're back handcuffed.
Okay.
Back. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So you're all handcuffed in back, and the cops, when they put you in the car, they say like, we're gonna run your credentials. If this is real, then we'll deal with that. But this is wild. How could this be? I don't buy it. Shoved in the back of a car door closed.
What's the beat cop? What was his fucking name? We have a witness. Talked to us earlier. That fucking guy. What's his name? Mary, do you remember?
No.
Fuck.
No.
Some.
I don't remember.
Fucking New York asshole. City's full of them. God damn it. Fuck.
If you want to roll history, you can. Or like intelligence.
I thought that was
Wait,
intelligence.
are you talking about which cop are you talking about?
The guy who we talked to when we like showed up, who was like posted up at the
Joe
door.
Giordanda.
Yeah, there you go. You fucking Reed remembers. Miranda does not, to be clear. Like, I think fully in character at this point, like, fuck, okay. Well, let's figure out how fucking stupid this fucking program is and whether or not these credentials hold up.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's going to be another familiar car ride.
All of you. Oh, I guess does Merchant and Millstone? Do you want to have any RP in the back of that squad car? Or are you sitting silent?
Merchant is stone cold, just staring in front of him.
Yeah, Reed's pale as fuck and just like very, very. He even through all the hubbub, he feels like he can hear the crunkle of the note in his back pocket.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, and the note did not get taken off you, by the way. They didn't catch it. So it's still on you.
Cool.
Okay, yeah. So let's see how well your credentials hold or how bad they are at looking things up. So everybody roll luck for me. We need a combined total of. Okay, well that's pretty good. Doing a
19.
Wait, what? I got a
19.
2 19s and a 4. And 152. Nice.
You got a 52?
So what is that total? That's 38, 52. That's 94.
I think we're okay.
You are perfectly
I
fine.
think we're okay.
Everything's fine. We're all fine.
Perfectly fine. Yeah, I will say maybe that Reed, you see that the cop in your squad is the one tasked with hitting the walkie to look everybody up, and gets through the other three of you pretty quickly and is now on to yours, and you see him pick up the mic to start like rattling yours off, and then you hear from farther away, "Hey, Padgett, they want your help getting the body into the coroner truck." He's like, "Yeah, okay," and he scoops up all 4 of the credentials and leaves the squad car, puts them in his pocket, his pocket. A couple minutes later, the squad doors open. You all get brought back together and uncuffed. You're all given a water bottle and offered a blanket if you'd like one. And there is, a police officer who clearly has some rank. He's got some chevrons, but he's also got rank in the sense that he just looks tired. He's, he's looking like he's, mid-40s, broad shoulders. He's definitely been here a while, and this is not his first suicide call. But it is his first suicide call where there are 4 FBI consultants also involved. So he kind of gets you, he brings you to like a little bench, or I guess, well, probably a good sized bench out front of the Mallister, and like has you sit down there. I'll have all of you roll alertness for me, please, also.
68 under 80.
67 over 40. So no way, no how.
It's an 88 over 70, so it's a crit.
Yeah, okay.
63 on 63.
Wow. Baller.
2 successes,
Baller.
1 crit fail, and 1 failure.
Baller. Yeah, I'm imagining that all of you are looking around, and I think the things here are pretty relevant, so I want to be sure what we see. The 2 of you that do not really see anything, I believe that you probably have a little bit more to contribute to the conversation you're about to have. And the other 2 of you have quite certainly see some of the things. So the 2 of you that succeed, you make out a couple of really interesting things. The first is that there's no blood spatter. There's no blood pool. There's no blood of any kind. You catch the tail end of people loading a gurney into what looks to be like a coroner van, a coroner bus. And as they load it in, again, there's a pretty clear body in that bag. There's nothing about it looks like it's sloshing. Nothing about it looks like there's any blood leaking at all. I mean, the blood wouldn't leak in theory, but the point is that the body looks to be very well maintained for falling a couple of stories. It looks like it's pretty well intact, which is odd. Neither of you are, forensics experts, I don't think, but both of you know enough to know that dead bodies. Oh, you are? Okay. Yeah, even so.
Doctor, yeah.
Yeah. Especially you. Yeah, this is very odd. But I'm sure that Adam has seen his fair share of bodies in body bags. So, yeah, this does not look like it.
They all leak.
They're
All those bodies leak.
They're definitely sloshy. Sloshy bodies is my band name.
That is the medical term for it, I suppose.
Just sitting there like, why ain't it leaking?
Paul? Yeah, so yeah, you see that. It's a little unsettling, but it's not sand roll worthy. Who knows? Maybe this person hit something on the way down, an awning or something. Maybe they got lucky that whatever. Who knows? But it's definitely odd. Definitely noteworthy. The person who sits you down, this older detective, or sergeant, whatever, he says, "You guys were in there doing some kind of investigation. Is that right?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Part of a task force. There's a girl that lived there.
Yeah. Look, I'm
she,
sorry.
She disappeared like a month ago, and we were looking through her room. Her room's getting all fucked up, and FBI's worried about it, so we're just there to check things out.
You understand that I had to do it. I had to do that way. I told my boys, anybody that comes out, they get handcuffed, they get tossed in the back of the squad until we can get them all figured out. So you have to forgive the boys if they ever kind of rough with you. I apologize, but we ran all your credentials. Everything come back clean, as we knew it would, obviously. And so, I guess I'm just looking for some information. You were in there pretty late. It's past my bedtime. That's for damn sure. And so you were in there. What were you doing in there anyway? Tell me about your investigation. I'm curious.
We're not all from around here, so we're pulling, burning the midnight oil, get this thing done, burn the candle twice as fast. Burn it out twice as quick. So there's some oddities in the apartment. I'm a forensic psychologist, and so
sure
with the FBI, and so we're kind of trying to piece back what might have been her state of mind before going missing. And it's pretty strange in there. So we're just doing the paperwork,
Yeah. All right, I get that. What's your bureaucracy, Andy?
Bureaucracy is 15.
Okay. Yeah, he's like, yeah, I get that. I've been around the block once or twice. It's okay.
Yeah, you probably got a couple hours ahead of you tonight.
Yeah, I think so with all this stuff to clean up. Yeah, okay. Well, did you see anything? You see this person, did they say anything? Did they did you make contact with them at all? Notice them? Any behaviors?
No, we walked out, heard the noise, stepped out, and they were saying something. I didn't quite catch what they were saying. And then tipped backward. We were across the way. Couldn't even get to this individual to catch him or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, we by deductive reasoning, we were able to figure out there was something going on upstairs based off of where the spotlights were. And by the time we got up there, I mean, they were already gone.
Sure. All right. You maybe you don't. I bet you would all kind of gather that we operate from a very important portion of society. We're held to a pretty high standard, us law enforcement officials, and so we have a lot of law and statute that we have to go by. But throughout my time in the force, I've learned to trust my gut, and when things seem kind of fishy, I tend to assign a good amount of weight to it. I don't know. Is there anything you want to divulge about why I got 4 FBI consultants in a building checking out a weird apartment and somebody commits the long fucking nap out a window on the 3rd story all on the same night?
So this is where Reed's going to reach into his back pocket, pull out his wallet, flip it, and show his marshal's badge to kind of appeal to the cop in this guy. Be like, look, Abigail Wright. It's a disappearance. Happened about a month ago. I don't know what you've read about it, if you've checked out the news articles about it, but it's pretty fucked up, and it warrants a serious investigation. The sensitivity of this case is such that I can't even allow you in the room jurisdictionally, okay? But we've been going at this for a while now. It's pretty serious business, and that's why we're here. I don't really know what you want to hear from us, but cop to cop, I mean, what is it that you're looking for here?
I'll have you roll either persuasion or human. I would allow, and you get +20 for the badge.
Okay, let me refresh myself on my stats here.
Nice.
You trying to say you don't have all 30 stats off the dome piece at this point? You're
Oh
just
my
locked
god,
in?
why fucking dog shit roll? Fucking terrible. So my human's 60 with a plus 20. That's 80. I rolled a 97.
Oh, God.
Ooh.
No.
You still get to check that box.
There you go.
How valuable box checking.
Level up.
He looks at you, and those of you with a decent amount of humans know that he's choosing to make this a tomorrow problem. So he says, "Yeah, I get it. Well, hey, we may have some more questions for you tomorrow. So you got something keeping you busy here at this apartment, so I'm sure you'll stay in town. But I'd say that until you've chatted with me again, I think leaving the city might tip off the wrong folks, so to speak. So I would say local. There's some good pizza here, nice parks you can walk around."
I wish I could convey to you how fucking nowhere we're going. Okay? Alright. Is that it?
That's it. Your weapons are in the back of that squad over there. You can grab them.
Alright. Best of luck. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. He definitely, at the end there, matched your sarcasm, sensed it, matched it, and then he walks over to somebody else to direct them what to do with the police line. All your weapons are there. They're all loaded and all that jazz. Any other things that were taken from you, your wallets or your compacts, whatever, they're all there too. You can grab all those things. And,
So Handler, are there witnesses? People other than the police?
Oh, yeah.
Out in
The scene at this point is a great question. The scene at this point is pretty much what you're imagining, I would expect. There's a decent police line that's been made with some wooden, yellow kind of stanchion, blockade things that are all set up. There's, probably between 5 and 10 officers that are either at the stanchion keeping this small crowd at bay, or, helping deflect the news media that are around, directing traffic as necessary to kind of, you're almost in the middle of the street. It's kind of on the sidewalk to the street area. So the crowd and the ambulances and the police cars all kind of blocked up this street. So there are traffic cops helping there too. It's just kind of a whole thing at this point. So and as I mentioned, the body has been loaded into the ambulance or the coroner vehicle and has been driven away at this point. So especially since there's no real, not a whole lot is here now. There's no blood on the ground. There's no broken car. There was no car there. There's nothing really there. So you would expect that the police line will probably go away here in the next hour or so. There's some crime scene techs pulling up that are surely going to get out with their cameras and take some photographs. But it's not like there's an elaborate scene to document. So probably another hour of this before everything starts to disperse and go back to the way that New York is.
Yep. 2 questions about that. 1, news media are showing up?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. In fact, I'll even throw this bone to you. As you all walk out, you see that the helicopter that was there was not a police helicopter. It's a news helicopter that was there. So, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
And there's definitely, news vans and shit pulled up. People are, yeah.
So not wanting to stay around and have a potential conversation with the news media.
Mm-hmm.
Second question is there anyone we recognize in the crowd?
No.
Oh, good.
I
In
guess
that case,
I'll say this. I'll say if you really want to spend time looking, there's a decent sized crowd here. It would take you maybe, it would take you a role or the effort that a role would take to do so. So if you want to do that, feel free, but it's nothing is, there's not, and nothing's grabbing your attention.
yeah, nothing on a quick scan.
Nope.
None of the people we've seen pictures of or other members of the Mallister family here.
Nope.
Great. So in that case, Merchant will absolutely beeline to the stuff, walking not fast enough to be noticed, but not slow enough to be caught up to by a reporter who may have seen him handcuffed in a car, grab his stuff, and immediately get out.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah,
We're
I
following
think it's safe to say that's all what we're fucking doing, and we're grabbing our shit, we're exiting we're pulling ourselves under the line, and we are headed to the hotel.
Okay. Got it. Okay. You do so, and as you begin walking out, Miranda, somebody falls into step with you, I'm not sure how close you are to the rest of the group. I'm not sure if you're,
kind of lagging behind. I
Yeah.
have to like hold. I've tied the strap back together where it was cut, but I'm like holding it on both sides, and it's like awkwardly positioned on my body. So I'm like, 5 paces behind the group.
somebody catches up to you, walks in pace with you. You quickly make as a younger, maybe like 20s, 30s male, generally attractive, has a camera around his neck, and it walks up and kind of grabs the bag and is like, "Oh God, this looks terrible. I'm Russell," and kind of like helps you with getting it more onto your back. He says, I know this is weird. I know that you don't want to talk to the media. You're walking fast. I get that. I'm a local guy. I want to hear the story. And he puts a business card into the kind of one of the pockets, exposed pockets on your duffel bag, and is like, "Not gonna pry. Be safe," and just turns and starts to walk away.
Okay. Miranda like just stares at him as he talks and walks away. Like she thinks about saying something, but by the time she's decided that she doesn't want to say anything, he's left already. Like she's taking too long to process. She like comes to a full stop, stares at him, watches him walk away, and then make sure the card is firmly in the pocket, zips it closed, and then turns around and like hustles to catch up with the rest of the group.
Okay.
And as she does, she goes, "Fuck, Can we hit a bodega? I need a fucking cigarette and a nip or something. I don't know, man."
Reed immediately just flips a pack out of his breast pocket. Camel Reds. Do you take one?
Yeah, sure.
Lights it for
you got a lighter?
Yeah. Oh, he's already got the lighter up to your mouth, and he's lighting it for you.
Yeah. She like lights a cigarette, wheezes a bit as she like draws it in, and like does a little cough, and then like is like just like holding it too close to the tip. Like she's not holding it properly on the filter. Like her hand is halfway up the cigarette, and she's just like, it's already starting to like break and bend. She's not holding it like a roach, but she is like pinching it too hard. Like she's just like holding this thing that is hot way too close to her hand.
Okay. Yeah, if you folks want to pick up something at a bodega, whatever, so that you've got something before the hotel room, that's fine. You can swing by. As long as I would love to hear what things you pick up and what you're diving into as you talk at the hotel. So be thinking about that. You, as you make your way out of the bodega you quickly stopped into, you find. Did you guys drive? You drove here, right? Or do you get a cab? Or you walked, right?
No, we've been walking.
You've been walking, yeah,
walking and
right,
taking the subway.
Okay, great. Yeah, so you walk to the subway, make your way back. I'm
pretty sure we're walking distance from the McAllister. Like we found a place that was like
right,
specifically like a couple blocks away.
Okay, then yeah, you walk back to your hotel. Tell me about any conversations you have on that walk. If you're going to maybe dig into your food on the way home, wait till you get home. Is anybody saying anything? Is it just dead quiet the whole time we walk back?
Reed pulls the note. He kind of like stashes the cigarette in his mouth, pulls the note out of his back pocket, unfolds it, shows it to the group, and says, everyone remembers this, right? We good? Y'all remember what he said?
Real fast note from the handler as well. The way that it's written there is the way that it actually is. There's not a typo. So if you read it again, please do mention the quote unquote typo. Read.
Yeah, I mean, it was read in the intro, right? So
right, but right. No, it's the homonym, right? The homophone, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
he has to
write the
the
play.
play.
Like,
R-I-G.
make the play.
Yeah, you have to write.
Make the play right.
Write the play.
I have to tell you,
Write
that is
the play.
not. It's not much more confidence inspiring, frankly.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, before we go down the whole, fucking rabbit hole, there's a reason I'm asking. You all remember this, right?
I saw him hand you the note. I heard him say
You got to
some
store.
things.
I mean, the contents of the note you have stored in your brain.
Yeah. It's in our head.
Wonderful. Got it. Great. Reed pulls out his lighter, lights the note on fire, chucks it into the gutter, waits for it to be reasonably burned up enough to assume that it's going to burn to completion, and then keeps moving. He doesn't want to be caught with that on his person.
The
Meridian will confine into Miranda. Thank you. I haven't trusted anybody in so long. It's refreshing to have somebody that has your back.
Well, I'm not sure who else does. And when you're in that situation, you're like the scariest person I've met in a long time. And someone has to be able to be scary for you sometimes, I guess. So I don't know. Sorry. I feel like I'm going to throw up, man. I'm glad you were there here, you know. But yeah, no, I don't know that we're like a team or whatever, but I've had people fuck with the people I work with for bad reasons before. I'm not just gonna watch. Sorry, I thought I was holding it together better than this.
It's not your everyday haunted house.
No, that's the fucked up thing, man. That shit's easy somehow. I don't know. There's the haunted house, man. You know, it's rules. It all fits. I don't know. Like it's fucked up, but it's got a logic and it's a puzzle. And like I'm good at that shit, man. And if I think about it that way, it's fine. But like, fucking, I don't know, the fucking NYPD. That's not a fucking puzzle, man. That's like fucking, I don't know. It's as real as the brick that falls on you and kills you. It's fucked up. Like,
Yep. Yeah.
I'd rather have a fucking, I don't know. I'll take a ghost over this shit any day.
Yeah. You two definitely have a moment together there. I'm not sure exactly how Reed and Merchant, or rather Milston and Merchant, would notate that, but I think you certainly do probably note that.
Reed's just waiting for them to kiss.
Great. Reed's idea of love, yeah.
It's all
Merchant.
part of the plan.
Merchant had something pretty significant in him broken, and so he's focusing all of his energy on just being a professional at this point. And his residency was in the Crime Victims Resource Center, and so what he's hearing is meaningful connection get made, like yay, and so he's just leaving it alone. This will be healing in the long run, so he's just noting it like a scientist would. Check.
Yep.
And
Okay.
not eating, not drinking, just walking.
Jokes aside, Reed is not actually waiting for them to kiss. In fact, if anything, he's completely tuned out of the whole conversation, and he is leading by quite a bit. He is power walking, long legs, striding longly, because he needs to call his daughter, like immediately. He's trying to make a phone call because he's concerned about her well-being.
Does he want to hit a
happened.
payphone, or is he waiting until we get to the hotel?
I mean, the hotel's so close that he's like, that's where the closest phone is. Let's go there.
Fair enough.
You make your way back to your hotel. You, as you get there, you see that there is a fairly large van. It says like plumbing, HVAC, and electric complete is what the advertising on the van says. Inside inside the lobby, or like the little like reception area, there are a bunch of guests that are probably not very happy with whomever the victim tonight of the front desk job. There you see shouting. These people that are pretty animated. You see money kind of being waved around, and you see that there are certainly lights on in some of the rooms. So nothing looks, other than people that are angry in the weird big truck, nothing seems to be out of the ordinary. Like there's no huge leak in the parking lot or whatever. Other than that, it's pretty weird. It's pretty normal. So just wanted to note that. Do anybody want to like go and try to investigate that, or just head back to your room?
I'll use my alertness to listen in.
Okay.
Alertness 63.
Yeah, you kind of catch as you walk by that people are having miscellaneous issues with their rooms. Some people aren't having water, some are having electrical issues, some are having issues with specifically one or two of the light bulbs in the room. Some TVs will only play black and white. It's a bunch of different issues that are happening across the entire hotel. And so, yeah, it's all kind of a mishmash
Some of the TVs, random guys are just popping in the middle of them.
Super weird, yeah.
Right.
There's certainly a bunch of folks just asking for, remuneration, basically.
I'd like to get on up to the hotel room.
Okay.
I want to start working over, get some of what the extra floors or whatever. Figure I need to work some of that shit out.
Okay. You all make entry. I guess, did one of you want to go chat with the lobby folks, or no?
So before, I'd asked from my perception, alertness 63, human 70, is anyone getting irrationally angry? Like, a light bulb's out and I'm about to set this place on fire.
Not like that. There is a woman who, and a bunch of kids, like 5 or 6 kids, that is just like absolutely livid that it seems like that all her kids are dirty. They all have like soccer uniforms on, maybe, ages 8 through 14. They're all dirty. They've all just played a game of soccer, presumably, and still in their uniforms this late is kind of odd. And she's quite livid. She's in the front of everybody else, and everyone else is kind of like, she's become kind of the mob ruler. She's given the real loud ones, and people are kind of following suit. She doesn't look like she's homicidal. I mean, she's not like, it's not out of proportion, but she's definitely the angriest of the crew, I think. You'd think.
Yeah. That tired, long day.
Mm-hmm.
Something is keeping her from bedtime.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, yeah.
That's rational enough. Merchant's gonna kind of ignore the scene unless something gets out of hand.
Okay, got it. You make your way back. You get into your hotel room. Pretty quiet. Maybe something that you would actually probably spend some time. I think each of you letting the quiet sink in. You haven't really. It's like a safer quiet too, right? Because you had quiet when you were up there, wherever up there is. There's labyrinths. But here, it's like you can actually think. You can actually take a second to decompress. And so I'd imagine each of your own ways, you probably begin to do that. What does that look like?
Reed's way is to try to sequester everybody to one of the 2 rooms and then go to the empty one and grab the phone.
Okay. Is everybody pretty okay with that happening?
Mm-hmm.
Miranda's getting worse. She's like easy to put down because all she has to do is like, you put her in front of a table, she's just going to pull out a legal pad and just be like scratching at it for the next like 2 or 3 hours, like not entirely coherently, like trying to piece something together from the experience she had.
Okay, got it.
Merchant is going to be very similar. He's going to, except taking out his little notepad that he would take notes on and just start writing down every bit of conversation he can remember, while taking, to the casual observer, some pill out of a pill bottle. To the more astute observer, too many of those pills.
Meridian will open up the rest of his duffel bag, revealing a small blanket that he opens up on his bed, revealing the rest of his weaponry, which he will gladly and excessively clean over the night.
Okay, got it. Okay, sounds good. You all do your resting in the other room. Millstone kind of like, I would assume, awkwardly thanks you and closes the door in between. And you pick up the phone. There is a dial tone, and you're gonna call. I assume you're gonna call your ex-wife's number. Is that right?
That's correct. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
So she's actually not my ex-wife. She is.
Oh.
We're separated, but
I see.
divorced.
I see. You are still legally married. All right. Okay. Gotcha. Oof. Yikes on bikes. Okay. Yeah. You make that phone call. The phone rings and then rings again and keeps ringing, threatening to go to voicemail. But at the last moment, it is picked up. You hear the sound of water running and some kind of clanking, and you get the, Reed, I'm doing the dishes. I can't talk to you. She's already in her room. She's basically lied down. I don't want to keep her up any further. All right. So, what is it?
I just want to make sure she's okay.
The water is still running. Deep sigh, and she says, "Okay, look, Reed, I
I don't mean to be thorny. It's tough to. I'll go bring the phone to her.
And she
Thank you.
turns off the water, and you hear walking across the floor, and then opens up the bedroom door that squeaks the same way as it did when you opened it. And right as the door opens, you hear the very sweet, innocent voice say,
"Is that Dad?"
And you know,
"Yes, this is your dad.
and you hear her say, like,
Only a few minutes. Keep the phone line untangled."
you hear, like, from away,
"Okay, all yours, Reed."
she walks the door, squeaks, and it closes.
"Hi, Daddy."
Hey, hey, baby. You doing okay?
Mm-hmm.
Well, how was school today?
Good. Parker's not very good at math. He stood up in front of the class and he did something wrong. It was pretty funny, but good. Yeah, it was a good day. I like school.
Were you nice to him, or
Yeah.
you didn't make fun of him, did you?
Well, no. I hid my head under my desk to laugh at him. That's nice,
Atta
right?
girl.
Or is
Yeah. That's. I mean, you did the right thing.
mm-hmm.
You sleepy?
No.
No. You got Finney there to keep you company?
Mm-hmm.
He's there. You see him?
Yeah. I think so. Yeah, he's right here.
Are you touching him right now? You holding him?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
I mean,
All right, honey.
the man brought him back, so I've got him here, Dad.
The man brought him back?
Reed is shaking.
The man. What man? What man, honey?
She's changed to whispering now.
Dad, I think he might be here now. I don't want to say bad things about him. Kind of like when Parker was in class. Do I just hide my head under the blankets?
Why do you think he's here now? Where is he?
Well, I don't know. The song. It's the song. Whenever he shows up, the song does too.
What are you hearing?
I don't know. Am I in trouble?
What song? No, you're not in trouble. I just want to know what's going on. I'm your dad. I want to know what's going on. What song do you hear?
I don't know. It kind of sounds like a bunch of horns or trumpets.
Can you hum the tune for me?
Yeah. Well, I think so. You can't hear it?
No.
Oh. Okay.
The door opens.
All right, sweetie. That's bedtime. That's it. I can't stay up. I've just got a work call, and so I have to go in early.
You hear the phone gets grabbed. She says,
"Bye, Dad."
And the phone gets taken away.
Sylvia, no.
She's like, "Reed, don't even. Why would you yell at me now? I let you talk to her for as much as I had time for. I got a work call.
Shut the fuck up and hand her the phone right now."
That is it, Reed. That is all. I am done with your abusiveness. We're not doing this over again. It's not happening.
Sylvia, give her the fucking phone.
Line disconnects.
Fuck. God fucking damn it. Reed takes the receiver and just bashes it into the wall.
Nice.
At that, Merchant will jump up and run to the other room.
Okay. Yeah, you go in.
Millstone? You okay?
No. I'm not good. I'm not good.
What happened?
That Karoon asshole. Okay? Remember?
Yeah, the one from the McAllister, one of the neighbors?
Yeah. I started running at him in the first place because he had my daughter's stuffed animal in his hands.
Oh my!
He had it with him when he ran away.
Yeah, not just one that looked like it. It was. You're sure it was hers?
Yeah. Well, I mean, call me paranoid or whatever. I mean, I'm sure they're mass produced or whatever. But I say that I couldn't get it out of my head, so I called her. I called my ex. She gave the phone to my daughter, and she said she had it, which was a relief until she told me that the man brought it back to her. I couldn't get any more detail about the man, aside from the fact that she says that a piece of music with horns plays every time that he comes around. I don't fucking know, but my fucking wife took the phone away from her before I could get any more information, so I don't know what the fuck is going on, but it's not good.
Do you live close to here?
It's like 40 minutes. F train.
I mean, seems like we should get police to the house, right?
I mean,
This stuff.
if
This should.
if this has anything to do with what we just saw, what the fuck are the police gonna do? We're the police.
Just someone to be with them.
To be with them, to protect them from what? What can they protect them from that I can?
Do you need to go to them? Or do we need to figure out this house and stop it? Stop whatever's happening there. What's your duty right now?
Reed's gonna make a luck roll on that decision.
Okay, sounds good. I'm along for the ride, baby.
Okay, so above 50% was Reed's freaking the fuck out. He needs to get back home. And under 50% was the word duty coming out of Shoemaker's mouth just rings through his psyche and brings him back down to earth. And Reed rolled an 11, a critical.
Nice.
We're staying here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, fuck. But what does that even look like in his head? I think what Shoemaker just said to him just rings true like it really hasn't up until this point. Like, no amount of flitting around on the physical plane as he understands it and going from one thing to the other and one distraction or one manifestation of this nightmare to another to try to plug the dam is going to save anybody. It needs to be stopped at its source. And so Reed just turns to Shoemaker and says, yeah, you're right. You're right. And I don't know. I mean, it could be nothing. It could be everything. I'm really on fucking edge right now.
No doubt.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Listen, we stop this thing, we can help you and your family. We can do our job and help your family.
Reed turns to Shoemaker and at this point, he's just got tears streaming out of his eyes and he says, thank you. I mean it. Thanks. I appreciate you.
Yeah, of course. We're in this together. Merchant puts a hand on his shoulder. We're a team here. You're not fighting on your own.
Yeah. We're all gonna go to hell in a handbasket together.
Well, you seem like the type who's been fighting alone for too long. Let's try to get some rest and hit this thing as hard as we can tomorrow.
All right, yeah. I'll see you then.
Yeah, of course.
Good night.
Fantastic.
So, Reed's going to bed, presumably in the room that he was already in the phone call room, same room.
Reed's definitely, once Shoemaker leaves the room, he's going to sneak down to the lobby and drink.
As a sign of goodwill, Merchant was just going to pop out and come back in with his bottle of sleep aids. And
Okay.
say, if you need help resting, and then seeing that he's already out the door, I guess we all have our own. Cheers. And goes back to writing notes as he's now starting to nod off.
Okay, got it.
In the other room, while Meridian is cleaning his weaponry, Miranda has been doing a bunch of note-taking and math and writing her thoughts out. At some point in the middle of it, she reaches down into the duffel and gets the stuff she got from the bodega. In this case, she pulls out the first of a pair of 40s of malt liquor she purchased, just the cheapest rocket she could buy.
Okay.
And opens it up, has to fight with the fucking cheap tin cap that doesn't fully separate from the collar, and takes a swallow and grimaces, and then she looks at Meridian and goes, "Hey Mary, are you some kind of religious or something? Sorry, that's not a you're not. Okay, good.
No.
Okay, good. Yeah. No, I'm just I'm thinking, about fucking, I don't know, free will and predestination and that shit. And I wanted I don't know, I wanted to hear someone else's fucking thoughts about it, because the fucked up thing is it makes it so much easier if it's true, right? It's a lot easier if things are meant to work out some way, That's the grand excuse for everything, and that's what makes it feel fucked up to me, nothing else is that easy, but this guy is some jerk off wrote it and it's going to be true no matter what you do. And if that's true, it's so fucking easy. Everything works out, right? And that's it. But that's not like fucking the phenomenological experience, man.
Meridian, you notice as Miranda's kind of going on this kind of pontification, you notice that from under the wall to the room next of you. Sorry, be more clear. The room to the other side than the adjoining. So let's pretend the adjoining room that you have is on the east side. The west wall, there's like water seeping under the wall, kind of coming into your apartment. The carpet is kind of getting noticeably darker, and this like puddle in the carpet is kind of spreading. Pretty easy to notice, just that Miranda's back is to it at this point, and Merchant's either talking to Reed or doing something else.
I mean, it's a closed system, It's like fucking astrology, man. You got a system.
Hold on. He points at the carpet. The fuck's that?
I don't know, man. Burst pipe? This fucking place apparently is not as nice as we were fucking led to believe.
Yeah, it's definitely getting bigger. I'd say it's probably about the size of... I mean, it's... Unfortunately, my knowledge and quantification of square footage just not developed yet. But it's pretty big.
It's 10 water.
It's 10...
Would you say it
is one Minecraft bucket.
A machine washer big?
Yeah. That's a pretty decent way to look at it, yeah. I'd say one washer's size of water.
Okay. This is through the bathroom?
No. The west wall that's coming, under, or you're not sure if it's under necessarily. Like the puddle is appearing on your side, whether it's coming up like, between the room to your west and then through, or it's from directly under. You're not a plumber, but it seems like it's emanating or, starting in the room to your west. And it's just kind of a main wall that it's on. It's not on the bathroom wall or anything.
Okay. Is there a way for me to go on the other side of that wall? I mean, like, either circle around, or is it from another room, technically?
Well, option 1 is Kool-Aid, Operation Kool-Aid. Option 2 is you go to the front door, as it were, like the front hotel door. There's a shot, maybe there's a window on the back side of the property, but you haven't gone there, so there's no way to know. There's not a window on the back side that you have in your room. So
let me cut in. Is there a room adjacent to us?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I mean, we could go bang on their fucking door, or we can go talk to the people at the front desk. Not that they'll talk to us before they talk to the 30 fucking idiots shouting at them. I mean, fuck it, man. We could just leave. We don't have to be here. I
mean, we can flash our badges. That makes everything a lot easier from memory.
I'll say.
Or I could shoot in the air. That also scatters crowds. But I don't think that's going to help.
Known stopper of leakage.
Get the fuck out of here. We got to talk to the front desk.
The floor was leaking.
Water!
There was a firefight.
I thought this was America.
I will say also, I think a notable piece for everybody, including you guys, listeners at home, the credentials you have, they're not a badge. There's no metal badge attached to these credentials. They say, I mean,
it's an FBI land.
Yeah, there's a decent font. Like, it looks official, but there's not like a badge. Which, interestingly enough, for some reason, still in today's day and age, badges are like a thing. And you've all seen noticeably a difference when Reed or Millstone flashes his actual badge versus your FBI credentials. The same thing happens, but it's a whole different kind of like expediency. It's all like, it's just kind of, yeah. So anyway, all that to say, keep going.
Fuck it, man. I'm telling Merchant, we'll leave a note at the front desk and let's just get out of here. We'll get a motel or some shit.
Yeah,
Merchant, if Merchant comes back in about this time, we'll say, like, he chatted with Reed and came back in.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Merch, hotel's fucked. We're out.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. He's on sleeping aids.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Oh, this is going to be fun. I'll carry him. Don't worry.
I can walk.
It's getting...
What's wrong this time?
Room's going to flood out. It's going to be fucking a nightmare. It doesn't smell like sewage yet, but I bet we only got a little bit before it starts smelling like complete and total ass in here, and I'm not fucking sleeping in that. So I'm going to leave a note with the fucking manager on the front desk, like, hey, we're bailing. We'll call you if we want to call you, but we're checking out post haste. And I'm going to go find a place that's not here. If you want to come, you
Please
can.
leave exactly that note. Yo, we're
Whatever.
bailing.
Place sucks. Goodbye.
This place fucked.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yelp isn't a thing yet, but it will be, and you'll be the first 0-star review.
Let me just make sure I got this straight. Y'all are just gonna you're dipping out. We're heading to a different
So you're
hotel.
all
or
leaving me in a flooding hotel.
Oh no!
Asleep.
No one has told me where you are. I'm like, I am leaving. I have offered to put Meridian up. Y'all can leave or stay. It's up to you. I assume you are in the other room. I do not know where you are. That is all that is happening.
Yeah.
So you're grabbing your stuff. You're actively packing your bags and okay, all right. Poor merchant. Yeah. All right. You all. I guess. Do you all pack your bags? Merchant, are you gonna pack your bags or?
Merchant's gonna go next door.
Mm-hmm.
Millstone, there's a water leak into our room. It's growing pretty fast.
Whoa, that's
The Meridian.
fuck. Yeah. Is everybody just kind of leaving immediately and not saying anything to me about it?
I'm saying something.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate it.
I'm here now and saying it seems like leaving's a good idea.
All right. Well, hey, I gotta. I mean, that 40-minute if train I told you about, that's about how long it's gonna take to get to my place. But if you need somewhere to stay, we can stay there.
Yeah.
All right. I don't have much. I'm basically packed, so.
Yeah, same. I just need to throw some notes in a backpack. That's all.
All right.
It's all kind of disjointed, right? A lot of things have happened kind of in the past couple of minutes. So for ease, we'll just say that, the time that Millstone and Merchant had their moment and the time that Miranda and Meridian have their things packed up, right? It's all kind of, it's all happening. We've all gained the same point in the timeline. And that point in the timeline is everyone's ready to go now. You've all packed your things. You've all done whatever you needed to do. And you're ready to go. So you've all kind of gathered outside both the rooms and you're standing, on the sidewalk before the parking lot area. So where are you going?
Miranda goes later, and she's just gonna go to Midtown and bring Meridian with her. She's like, I'm taking him back to my place. We'll crash. I'll catch you in the morning.
Where?
We'll meet up back at the hotel and we'll sort out whatever the fucking checkout bill bullshit with them. See if the building exploded or whatever overnight. But I'm not going to be here for that.
Sounds good.
Y'all got a place to stay?
Can we have a number to call if something goes weird?
Yeah, sure. She pulls one of her legal pads out and tears it out and she writes the name of her dad's store on it. She says, look it up.
Yeah, sounds good. It is clear that he has had too many sleeping pills, and it will be difficult for him to go anywhere.
It'll be a journey. Yeah.
It will be.
Okay.
40 minutes on the train could get real weird.
Yeah. Okay. So
Reed is emotionally exasperated and very annoyed by all of this, and he is already fully leaning into the street and very New Yorkishly and effectively hailing a cab.
Okay. Millstone, are you groggily hobbling behind, hopefully getting into this taxi?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry.
Merchant
I'm
will-
sorry. Merchant,
will-
forgive me. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Merchant will flop in and probably fall asleep.
Okay.
Maybe. That's now a point of contention
Okay.
of whether he actually sleeps or not.
Okay. Oh, yeah. So you, Millstone, you make it to your taxi and you see Merchant behind you doing some kind of odd run as if a penguin on drugs, but makes it there and I don't. Do you have any problem with him tossing things in the trunk and riding with you too? You did offer, but
No, yeah.
Okay.
I presumed he would be coming with me.
okay. And the two of you in the cab, you see that that Meridian and Miranda both make their way probably toward the subway. Okay, so the party has split, which is kind of a new development, but I'm happy to see it. We've got the pairings of Millstone and Merchant and Miranda and Meridian. So the two closest to law enforcement people, Millstone and Merchant, you make your way in that taxi. There's conversation offered by what seems to be a jovial and fatherly figure. It is returned by only the meager humps and humps from Merchant trying to be polite. It's not great. But since at least one of you seems sober, the ride continues. And so you get to the apartment building that you've come to call home. And you begrudgingly, I would assume, assist a merchant out of the vehicle. Not a lot of begrudging, but a little begrudging. Merchant is,
And he's just like, yeah, sorry, man, the elevator's fucked up. I know it's gonna be monumental right now, but you got 6 flights of stairs to climb. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's good for the quads.
and we cut to 26 minutes later, and Merchant is pulling his foot over that last stair. By the grace of God, if he exists, you both make your way to Reed's apartment. It has every single tenant of r/male living spaces. It is quite barren. There is a mattress.
Yeah, it's
on
a
the
dump.
It's a yeah. There is a recliner that's been upholstered and reupholstered at least 12 times. A mattress on the floor that has a like a quilt on top of it. A microwave, a hot plate, and there is what looks to be some art bought from a big brand store that's just like an elephant on the wall sniffing some water in an African lake. Like it's just very odd. All of it is very weird.
And sniffing some water.
Sniffing some water as one does.
Water sniffing. So yeah, Reed's like, I bought an air mattress when I moved in here. Just give me like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 3 minutes, yeah. And I'll get that set up for you. I got that in a cot. It'll be nice and cozy. Just give me a minute.
Yeah,
Reed goes to the other room to get that set up.
By the time Millstone returns, Merchant is in the recliner, completely unconscious and unable to be stirred.
Reed just sort of dejectedly just drops it on the floor and just like, all right, and heads to his mattress, which is on the floor in the bedroom, and absolutely conks out, doesn't even change out of his clothes.
Cool. You both knock out. Yeah, you both knock all the way out. Cutting to Meridian and Miranda over heading to Miranda's apartment, or I guess, yeah, her apartment. You both make a pretty easy trip. I assume that Meridian, even though you're tired, all of the hallmarks of Meridian's behavior are still present. Checking people, looking around, looking at doors, making sure there's no, burnt out light bulbs, there's no one watching you or following you, all of these things. And you do so pretty easily over the sound of Miranda kind of going on, which has become kind of nice to you that you get to, listen.
It's comforting.
Yeah, you're typically the guy that everyone's asking, hey, are you okay, man? Like, you good to, you have any problems? But you don't have to do that. You're listening. So it's kind of a neat little exchange the two of you have. You make your way to Midtown Circuit.
Camera clock and circuit.
And the lights are on the main level. There's an elderly-ish man who is wearing what some would call a wife beater, or like an undershirt tank top, and is sitting at a kind of large table. A bunch of things are spread out all everywhere. He's got what looks to be a Sherlock Holmes-looking magnifying glass in his hand. He's vigorously inspecting something that you think is a belt, but could be the remains of a snake. You are in no way mechanically inclined enough to understand, but he's certainly looking very much at it.
Yeah. This is like the 3rd floor above a storefront in the middle of like Midtown Koreatown in Manhattan, like not far from the Empire State Building. Walk up, there's like a shutter closed next to it, a door adjacent to it. There's like no buzzer or anything. She like has a key, she keys in, opens it, she like drops her bag on the landing. Like as soon as she gets around the corner out of sight, she just like hucks this bag full of electronic gear into the corner to deal with later, and then goes up the 2nd flight, opens the door, and the apartment is like, it's a different type of male living space mess. It is like the engineer's version of the apartment we were in the night floors, right? Like the occupant in his A shirt has like piles of technical manuals on the wall. Like the place is like clean and super organized, but just full of parts, bits and bobs, old projects, new projects, and like the cheapest printings of shit you can find.
As you walk in, you see that that this elderly man has got now he has like a spark plug on one end of what looks to be kind of a pulley cam system, and he's got the spark plug hollowed out and put on a dowel, and he's got this cam on the other side, and there's like a very small motor in the middle, and he's fiddling with some electronic wires and what looks to be a car battery, and as you walk in, he's saying like, now the ground is the green. Damn it. He like grabs the manual and nether.
Hey, Max.
He's like, and then he sees Meridian. Oh,
Meridian. He works for the Citibank people.
yeah.
His apartment's fucked, so I told him he could crash.
He shakes your hand, and he's like, he offers his hand, I should say, and you shake his hand, Meridian. Yeah. He's
Yes.
like, oh, yeah, yeah, of course. It's sorry, I'm working on a project. It's not usually like this. You understand? He kind of pushes a bit off the table. He's like, we have popcorn.
Thanks, Max. We picked up food before we left work.
Got it. And you'll be taking separate bedrooms, or?
He'll be in my bed. I'm going to crash on the couch.
Okay.
He's a guest, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Of course. And he's like, the bathroom is just there. There's a shower. There's a pull start.
I can show him.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Thanks for coming over.
Yeah. With stuff wrapped up a little early, hopefully.
All right.
So I can help you out with the project tomorrow, I think. Hopefully.
That'll be fine. That'll be good.
Good. Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Good is good.
Well, think I'm gonna.
Yeah.
All right.
Good night. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He stands up and he
Yeah.
Or takes the bed. I'm gonna take the. I won't make a mess. He's got the contraption. I'll just. Yeah. Turns and got the battery. Good night.
Night. Miranda waits for him to leave the room and looks over at Meridian and goes, well, I guess fuck OPSEC, I guess. It's not like we're being traced by people who give a shit about that. Yeah. So that's Max, my dad. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know. I mean, I don't know, but I know.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna fucking try and compare that shit. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Let me know if you need anything. I'm gonna grab some sweats and then I'll crash.
Yeah, is there a light in that room? An above head one?
No,
Workbench,
actually,
if possible.
There's fucking workbenches in every room in this fucking apartment.
Max's door opens. Like, there is a light. Can you drive a clutch?
Yeah, I'll show him how it works, Dad.
Okay.
It's
sorry.
When I was 6, he built
a stick shift.
Yeah, it's a stick shift.
Walks backward. All right.
You were saying.
Yeah, there's a desk, and there's some floodlights on one of the walls. So I'll show you how to dim them. It's, yeah, I'll just show you. It's there's no fucking way I'm gonna explain this shit. My dad. When I was 6, I told my dad I thought the lights that were on this truck were really cool, and he put them in my room. And he took it a step further, and he decided it was going to run like a truck, and he was going to make the best out of it and teach me how to drive stick at the same time. So now I have this fucking contraption that's been in my room for 25 years, and every time it breaks, I tell him we can put in a normal light, but we are both attached to it. So I will show you how it works.
You take him.
Yeah, it makes sense.
You take him in there and you show him that the lights are in fact dimmable. The sixth gear is the brightest lights. And first gear is the lowest. Neutral is the lights off. So you show him that and ask if he needs anything else. And sure, Meridian says definitely not. I'm sure he slept in way, way worse places than this one. So
yeah, to be clear, the apartment is not like it's nice.
Yeah,
it's over full. And
not dirty.
No.
Yeah. It's nice.
No.
Yeah.
Been spending most our lives living in a hoarder's paradise. Yes.
Miranda's room is a lot less hoardery than the rest of the apartment, in fairness. Like, it is much sparser. There is a bookshelf, but it's got like a couple dozen plays on it. And then there's a desk that has like a manuscript or two on top of it, and then not a bunch of other shit. Like, it's actually pretty sparse. Other than there's like a banker's box of shit Max has pushed into like the corner. And like maybe the closet is overfull, but it's not so bad.
Okay. Yeah, you've all found rest after pretty long day. And I think it's probably pretty true to character, true to humans, that instead of spending a lot of time meeting, you could have met in a different room at the hotel, or maybe you could have gone to a 24-hour diner. But the flooding in the room wasn't really the problem. It was a nice, convenient excuse to not meet and talk about the day you just had. And you all took it. You all took that off ramp. So you're all alone, each in your own room or area, and are all awake, little bits of light. Even Merchant, who is heavily medicated, bouts of small wakey uppage, and you see that there's the moon is breaking through whatever set of blinds or curtains or whatever open window. The moon is out tonight and is providing a comforting blued light. And then you all start to hear music start to play. It's definitely soft. It's kind of a hollow, distant sounding recording. It seems to be like drifting through a wall, or maybe through the floor or the ceiling. From far away, it's drifting in towards you. But it feels like you couldn't reach it, even if you tried. It's got this really otherworldly thing happening, too. The first lyric kind of comes through. It's, "I'm forever blowing bubbles." It's kind of odd, old dirge, maybe an older, like a 30s and 40s type song. Then the door to the room you're in, or for those of you on the couch, for example, the front door opens. Not violently, not loudly. It doesn't slam open. It just opens, swings open. And outside, you see the hallway of the Mallister. No matter what room or area that you're in, outside are those burgundy carpets, the smell of decades of cigarette smoke. It's all there. You feel the urge to step forward, to move toward that. As you do, you notice that the walls just kind of feel wrong. You step into this hallway and they're taller, they're leaning towards you, kind of like trees reaching for a car as it drives down a dark road all by itself. Feels like the walls are listening to you, like they're paying attention to you. And the floor beneath you is not this kind of decades trampled carpet. It's like this really soft, pressed velvet. And then you see movement. Figures are gliding through the hall. Slow, weightless figures. You see Post, you see Van Fitz, you see Karoon, you see Manuel. And they're just dancing in these slow, very obviously rehearsed circles. They've got these bright golden masks that they're wearing that are gleaming under the dim glow of these, dated fluorescent lights. Then you see marionettes. These human-sized marionettes are now entering the dance. They're all swaying. Their wooden limbs are kind of stiff and unnatural, but something about them is very human. Feels like you are seeing not just wooden people, but people that are human and they're maybe made of wood. It's very odd. It's a very odd thing to experience. When you look up, the strings just vanish up into the shadows, but they're certainly being pulled. The tenants are all kind of before you now, and they've all got their arms extended to you as if to offer you to join. Do you feel compelled to?
Merchant will step forward and take their arms, suddenly jolted with energy.
Throwing caution to the wind, steps forward, and with a new vigor is brought into the dance. The music is, humming almost through your ribs, kind of curling the breath that you let out. Another line comes through. pretty bubbles in the air. And then just like that, you're all in step. Even Meridian, this not necessarily the fine arts person that you would ask to go to a dance with you. He is is enraptured. He's all the way here with you. You're in step now. There's movement. You're all gliding. Bodies are twirling toward this gilded light. You've got these masks that are tilting but never revealing. Lips are parting in this laughter that you both hear and can't ever remember hearing. And then you see the smoking lounge in front of you. It's just door open, golden light is coming through, all onto the floor like molten metal, and you gleefully just waltz in. The smell of dates and spilled gin and peeling wallpaper just all around you, welcoming you in. The next lyric lilts through the smoke. They fly so high, nearly reach the sky. Then you see him. You see through a crack in his office door. He's got his fraying suit on. But in the room now, there's this towering yellow tapestry. The fabric does this thing where it shudders. And you, without seeing anything, there's someone behind there. There's no air moving here. Something is moving it with its breath or with its presence. And you hear his voice just very soft, almost like brittle, just kind of falling through his teeth. And he says to the curtain, "They've come, just like you said they would, just as they always do." And the tapestry ripples as he bows down. And then you hear this growl of a mutt, low and thick with this kind of warning sound. The night manager looks up, tilts his head, and as if he just remembered that you exist. He gives this little chuckle and he says, "He must like you. He's letting you read ahead." And at this point, the bark is deafening, shattering. It's just this sound that just kind of splits through your bones, it rattles against the walls of your skull. The world just tears at its seams as you feel the wind burning your skin. You see the moonlight on your clothes, on you, and you smell the scent of like wet stone or asphalt. And you're not in Mallister. You are on the roof of the hotel that you were staying in, and you're just still dancing up there. The rhythm hasn't left you; it's still with you. Your breath moves to the waltz. Your feet are still gliding over this gravel and tar, and your bodies are shifting like the music never stopped. The music mostly gone. Millstone and Merchant, you feel the beginnings of this like deep cluster headache, attempting to kind of sully your attempt at recognition here. But you push it aside just to watch what's going to happen next play out in halftime. Miranda and Meridian are still locked in the throes of the faded tune. Their arms lift and their feet move, and then a step too close to the edge, the final line in the stanza of the song plays. Then, like my dreams, they fade and die. Meridian, what would you like to do? She has just stepped off the roof. You want to try to grab her?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to grab her right away.
So everybody, almost like this strange out-of-body experience, all of you see top-down view. And you see this as the world kind of spins. You see Meridian's reaching out and is trying to grasp at Miranda's arm, and she's falling off the roof toward what has happened earlier today, to be the end of Miranda. So you reach out, your fingers kind of just barely touching each other, and we'll find out if you catch her next week.
Thank you for that.
And we'll also find out.
Kill the GM.
We'll also find out if Millstone and Merchant are good dance partners.
Certainly.
Dancing together.
That's the kind of stuff that that's what the real listeners turn into. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Well,
100%.
Yeah.
They're 100% good dance partners.
Yeah, of course. How could they not be? Everybody, thank you so much for watching. We hella enjoy you all.
And listening. If you don't watch,
That's
if
correct.
you don't like to look at us and you just listen to us.
Nope, I hate the listeners. Sorry, no, I really enjoy everybody. I enjoy both the listeners and the watchers. You guys are great.
I only watch. I keep it on mute. I use auto-generated captions, so my understanding of things that we've done is pretty unusual.
And yet you still come back. We're just that good, huh? Wow.
Just so
Anyway,
good.
thank you all for being here with us. We hope to see you back next week, same time. Wait, 2 weeks from now, same time. And Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas
y'all.
and a Happy New Year.
Well, this isn't
See
coming
y'all.
out that far
Happy
in
Halloween.
the future, is it? Oh, Jesus. All right. Bye.
Happy birthday.
Bye. Kill the handler. Kill the handler.
Kill the handler. Kill him
Such a
now.
life to live.
Today was actually a holiday. We actually could have dropped a happy Ostara to all who but
Yeah.
Hit it, bro. Fucking smack that. Go for it.
yeah. Happy Ostara to all who practice.
Y'all are cool.
Peace, y'all.
We'll see you. Before we sign off, I want to take a moment to talk about something very close to my heart. This podcast is about exploring darkness and fear, but in real life, those feelings can be overwhelming. I want to remind you that if you're feeling lost, lonely, or struggling, you don't have to face it alone. There are people who care about you and want to help. If you're in the U.S., you can call or text 988, the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, for free, confidential support 24/7. Wherever you are, there are resources and there is hope. You matter and your story matters. We'll see you all next week.